Welcome to All Bodies on Bikes, the podcast, where all bodies are good bodies, all bikes are good bikes, and all rides are celebrated.
All Bodies on Bikes is a movement to create and foster a radically inclusive bike community. So join your hosts, I'm Ellen,
And I'm Marley.
as we explore the complexities of the biking world. Help us break down barriers and create the world that we want to see.
And don't forget that all bodies really means all bodies, not just larger bodies, but bodies of all sizes,
Ages,
races,
abilities,
genders,
sexualities.
and beyond. Come along for the ride.
Hi.
Hi.
I can't believe you're calling
It's
in
been-
from an airport.
I know, I'm here so early. I'm here 3 hours early for my flight. It's a little ridiculous.
Is that how you normally operate? Are you an early airport person?
I'm a little bit of an early airport person, but not this early. I'm in Detroit. I was getting a ride from somebody and they had work to do this afternoon. So I was like, I can work from the airport. So now here we are doing work.
Nice. Very cool.
It's a weirdly quiet airport. And I hope that holds true because podcasting from an airport is like definitely not on the list of best practices.
I know. Well, it's better than what I was suggesting, which is, hey, I could do it from Central Park. It's fine. I would like to try
Right,
it sometime.
You should try it. I mean, especially if you've got a good mic, we should try it and then get people's feedback on it.
That's what I was thinking. I should start maybe by saying I'm wildly jealous of what you've been up to for the last 3 weeks because you
Oh
have
my
been a
God.
bike rider extraordinaire.
It has been pretty incredible. My travel season is in full swing, and
Uh-huh.
I'm gone every single weekend in May. And then my summer is shaping up to be incredible. I have some fun news about that. Yeah, in the last
Yay.
3 weeks, I was just thinking about it yesterday. I've ridden in Detroit, New York, and where was I the week before that?
Somewhere.
I think I was in
You were
Arkansas.
somewhere.
I think I was in Arkansas. But it has been. Let me look at my calendar real quick because I don't want to lie to you.
I'm
I
not
don't want
sure
to.
I'm convinced.
I'm not
If
sure
you
I'm
were
convinced either.
actually, oh, do you know what though? I think you were, but I do think there was an all bodies event. When did you have a ride? There was like an art ride.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. That was the week before. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it has been a very exciting. Yeah, so I was in New York, I was
3 weeks.
in Detroit, I'll be in Eugene, Oregon next week, and then yeah, we were in Arkansas the week before, and then I was at Sea Otter and Kansas before that. So it has been a wild spring of travel.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
It's like a different version of what you did last summer where it was just Tour de Marley.
yeah,
Made it
yeah, and
everywhere.
I'm kind of doing the same thing this summer, but I won't be in a van. So I'm going to take my little Kia Soul and we're going to go back out to the West Coast. I mean, let's be honest, Arkansas is kind of hellish in the summer. It is like oppressively hot and humid and just not fun. So I'm going to go back out to the West Coast and Daisy May will stay with my mom for a couple weeks and I'll do a couple events. And then you're going to France soon. I am also going to France.
For fun? For
Um,
all bodies? For what?
it's for work. But it's not necessarily for all bodies. But I mean, it is. So I'm going with EF Adventures. They are an adventure travel company, and they have hired me to go on their Tour de France Femmes trip. So
Are
it's like
you
nine.
kidding me right
Yeah,
now?
so it's 9 days of riding around France. We're kind of following the women's tour. We get to ride a couple of the iconic climbs. We get to be at one of the stage finishes. But I'm getting paid to go on the trip, paid to make content,
Yes.
and I'm so excited. I'm like, did I make it? Is this me making it? I think so.
I think so. It's certainly evidence that I would put in the column of making it.
I think so too. Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
it does mean I have to miss out on one gravel event that I was super excited for and really looking forward to. But I haven't gotten to go to Europe since I worked in corporate America since pre-COVID times. So I'm very, very excited to get back out to France.
Yay! Are you going to do any different training as you approach that event, knowing that you will be climbing climbs that are in the Tour de France?
That's a great question. Probably not, because I'm going to be on an e-bike. So because it's EF
Okay.
Adventures, they're partners with Cannondale, which is perfect because Cannondale is my sponsor. And so I'm going to be riding an road bike, which
Nice.
I think will just make
Ooh,
it way more enjoyable.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I realized that e-road bikes were a thing.
yeah, yeah. So I'll be on their Synapse, their Neo Synapse. So it's kind of an all-road bike. It's got clearance for up to 48. So I could throw some gravel tires on there, but I'm stoked on it.
Yeah, that's exciting, and I wonder too, that might become an opening for us to do a really good e-bike episode because 'cause we've been wanting to do a, like, proper how do you e-bike on longer trips
Yeah.
episode, and we haven't had a good opportunity to figure that out yet, so if that's what will be pieces of it, then maybe we do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll find out when I go on this adventure. I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair, I think the longest day that we have riding is like 50 miles. So it's
okay.
not like a ton. I mean, it is a ton of riding. But it'll give me a good chance to test out this bike. So I'm excited about that.
Yay! Oh my gosh, this is great news. Well, let's
Yeah.
talk about what you've been doing as well and why it's exciting and important.
So
So
last week we were in, I say we, Kaylee came on this trip and we went to New York City for the 5 borough tour, which we've talked about on here. And I think folks have probably seen it on the newsletter and seen it on our socials. But we also had a camera crew following us around because we are making All Bodies on Bikes Part 2 documentary.
like, an official follow-up to the OG
Yes.
movie?
Yes.
That's
So
amazing.
we got the green light from Shimano this spring, and then we picked a production crew and we met them in New York, and it's super, super exciting. So I don't really know what the story is going to be this time. That's like the filmmaker's magic. But they followed us around New York for a couple days, and then next month in June, they're going to come down to Bentonville, and we're going on a bike camping trip together. So
Okay.
yeah. So actually, it's more than that. So they're coming to Bentonville. We are doing a pilot project for a bike industry certification. So I think we've talked about this on the show a little bit before, and we'll talk about it more. But essentially, one of the big requests from bike shops is we want to be better to people of all sizes. How do we do
Mhm.
it? And it's like we figured out we're going to do a certification program. So
This is great.
we're going to run the pilot program in June while the camera crew's there, to kind of show the breadth and the depth of what All Bodies on Bikes does as an organization.
Yeah.
So while we were in New York, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. We also filmed a segment with the Today Show.
This is
Um,
so cool.
it's so
And
wild.
tell me well, talk me through this because this is all I'm like, watch this all happening from over here, and I was like, "Wow, how did this come about? Did they find you? Did you apply to them?"
So they found us last winter when I was named an Outsider of the Year by Outside Magazine. Um,
Yeah.
that was the catalyst. We got an email in January from the producer, and she said, "Hey, we saw you guys like in Outside Magazine. We would love to do a segment on the Today Show. Can you guys come to New York?" And this was in January, and we were like, "Yeah, totally." It's going to be a little challenging to plan a fun group ride in January in New York. And she was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it later in the year." So once the 5 borough tour was solidified and that we were going to have an All Bodies on Bikes presence there, we let the Today Show know, like, hey, we're coming out for this. Would this work? And they were like, oh yeah, definitely. So it was really funny
Amazing.
though. They were like, we want to film a group ride, but it needs to be like 45 minutes outside the city so that we can get a drone up. And me and Kaylee are like, we don't live there. We have no idea. But thank God we have a couple friends of All Bodies on Bikes. He's actually been on the show before, Andrew Schneider from Party Size Cycling. So we reached out to him and we were like, hey, Andrew, any chance you want to help us plan a group ride? And
Yeah.
he is like the saint of all saints. And he put together this incredible group ride for us. And so on Friday, oh my God, an Escalade picked up Kaylee and I at our hotel in Manhattan.
Was it black?
It was a
Like,
black Escalade.
ugh,
And we
Uber like the Uber XL not Uber XL, like the Uber fancy version.
Yeah, exactly. And so we walked out with our bikes and the driver's like, "I didn't know you had bikes." And
Oh,
so he was totally cool about it. And like we put the seats down and so then we drove like an hour out. It was like an hour and a half out to High Bridge, New Jersey. And then there was a camera guy and a sound guy and the producer. And we set up and did a bunch of interviews and like B-roll, and they had GoPros on us and taking all these shots. And then the correspondent came out. So she was on the air in the morning, and then she came out to New Jersey, and we took her for a short little ride. It
okay,
was the first time she'd been on a bike in a couple of years, and it was really cute. And then they followed us around for the group ride. So we did all
nice.
that in the morning, and then we had the group ride in the afternoon. I'd say like 25 people came out, which was awesome.
That is
Um,
awesome.
but sadly, which is really ironic, they were getting the drone up for the group shot, and it flew straight into a tree. So
Oh my god.
So I don't think they are going to have any drone shots unless they were able, like, we left because the group ride was still going. And they were like, I guess we're going to come back for the drone at some point. So I don't know what their plan is there, but
Oh, wait, like, it is stuck in the tree?
it was stuck in the tree. Yeah.
Not just ran into the tree and fell,
But like
literally like a
stuck.
kite.
Yeah.
Like a modern day kite is
Oh,
stuck in the tree.
yep.
Oh, no. That is really sad, especially given that you, like, went all the way out to Jersey just
Right.
to
Just for
have
the
the
drone.
drone to
Exactly.
get stuck in the tree.
It's pretty funny though,
Aw.
but gotten a couple emails today asking us for like some pictures of group rides, and
Yeah.
so it sounds like they're putting together the segment now and it'll air at some point, maybe this week, maybe next week.
When do you know? When will we be able to shout that to tell people to go watch?
I'm hoping like today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we
But it'll
know,
be all over
no.
All Bodies on Bike social media, and then we'll of
Oh, yeah.
course put links to it and all that jazz. So
Oh, yeah. I'm
yeah,
so
but
excited.
thank you. It's like it's such a weird thing to have it be a normal part of my lexicon to say, oh yeah, I did a segment with the Today Show.
Sure,
Like,
normal things.
what the heck?
Normal influencer things, Marley. This is
I guess
incredible.
so. I don't know. It's funny though because like when this all started, Kaylee's mom predicted that you guys are going to be on the Today Show one day, and we were like, "Nah, you're crazy."
It's because it's important. To me, that's the signal of once it catches fire, it's gonna really make a big difference because it's so needed and just like nobody on this podcast is going to be surprised to hear me say this, right? But it's just not that revolutionary of an idea to say that
Right.
all bodies belong on bikes. And yet,
And and to
Today Show
find
worthy.
joyful movement. Yeah. And
Yeah.
like joy is our big
So,
focus, and that's what the Today Show loved. I think
okay.
partially because there's so much negativity out there, and like the
Mm.
world is falling apart right now. Um and
What do you mean? Whatever could you mean?
Lord. I mean,
Yes.
honestly, I do feel kind of bad. Like, I feel like I'm a Pollyanna, like, kind of ignoring all the negative stuff because my life is so focused on joy and cultivating joy for other people. It's kind of a weird juxtaposition.
It's absolutely a juxtaposition, and joy is resistance.
Yes.
I struggle with this a lot, the same way that you, I think, just described, right? I don't watch the news and I don't go searching for how bad is this. I know that it is bad. I know that my role in this is organizing
Yeah.
and building community and finding the joy so that people can continue to do the important work. So don't discount your role in the joy and the health and the mental health benefits. There's a lot at play here beyond look at this girl riding bikes, she's so happy.
Yeah.
Like, let's be
That's so
real here,
true.
Marley.
Yes. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to doubt yourself, but I think you're 100% spot on with that.
It's an important piece of it.
Yeah.
We're all in this for the long haul as far as the, macroeconomic political environments, and so we need to find these pockets of joy so that you remember that we're building something better.
Exactly. Yeah. But going back to the Today Show, it was a similar mindset to when the film first came out of kind of like an oh crap, we need to get ready for the influx that's about to
I
hit
was
us.
just gonna ask,
Yeah.
so you're about to be even more famous. What are you gonna do next?
Well, this is so Kaylee has had her Instagram private for years, and she set it back to public, which is exciting. So she's going public. I'll probably put up some more bikini shots. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I'm not changing anything on the personal side, but there has been kind of I wouldn't call it a mad dash, but like a let's get really serious to make sure that everything All Bodies on Bikes public facing is ready to go. And we have started a membership program essentially to ensure that we take as much advantage of this opportunity as possible. I think we've talked about this before, but funding for a nonprofit is so uncertain. We've
Mhm.
been really lucky to get a couple of awesome grants, but those grants aren't renewing for next year. And so I don't know how I'm going to pay my salary. And so we've had the goal to have a membership program for a couple of years now. And this was kind of the catalyst to say, okay, time to get our ducks in a row and make it happen. So I'm excited to announce that we now have a membership program. So
Yay.
now, regardless of where you live in the world, whether or not there's a chapter near you, you can officially be part of the All Bodies on Bikes community. And really importantly, we have a free tier. So, yes, we are using the membership as a way to fund our endeavors and make sure that we can still have awesome programming and make sure our chapters like have the support and safety equipment that they need. So we have the community membership, which is free and will always be free and gets you access to all of our resources. The big thing that changed is we just kind of redesigned the website a little bit and essentially put our resources section behind a paywall.
Okay.
And that's
Well,
really the only thing that's changed.
and it's not a paywall in the literal sense. It is a we want you to be part of this if you're accessing these because there's the community level's free, is what you just said.
Exactly. Yep.
Part of building a community is bringing you in. We want to know who you are if you love all bodies on bikes. So
Exactly.
let
And
us bring you in.
let us bring you in, and you get access to our Discord community. So we've
Yay.
started a public Discord community where people can ask questions, share resources, share wins, share photos of their bike. We all love to do that. And so we have an
Yeah.
awesome Discord community that we would love for you to join by becoming a member. So yeah, we've got the free membership. We're calling it the cruiser membership, which is $5 a month or $50 a year. So if you sign up at the annual level, you get 2 months free. We've got the Trailblazer membership, which is $10 a month or $100 a year. And then the Pace Setter membership, which is for folks who have a little bit more to give, and that's $25 a month or $250 a year. And then we
Nice.
also did we're calling it a bike industry membership for like shops or brands or anybody that's not like an individual that wants to be an all bodies on bikes member. And for all the paid membership, we're going to have special stickers coming out that say like proud all bodies on bikes member. The other really cool thing too is if you become a member, you can suggest topics to be on the podcast, which
Nice.
is really, really fun. So
I am absolutely a fan of this. I want to know, are there different benefits for the different tiers?
yeah, and we've got them all outlined on the website. But primarily, it's the community membership just comes with like the free resources and the Discord. And as you go up, you get more swag, you get a little bit more access. For folks who are doing the Pace Setter membership, which is like the $25 a month or $250 a year, we are gonna have, and this is a surprise to you, we are gonna have like a Meet the Members podcast where we invite a couple folks and we interview members of All Bodies on Bikes to get their perspective and hear their
Oh my
stories.
gosh. I can't wait to meet you, whoever you
Yeah.
are, prospective members.
So it should be
I
super fun.
I won't lie to you, part of my brain is constantly pretending like I'm being interviewed by like Stephen Colbert. So I will be happy to set that up and just be like, "You've got stories and we want to hear them."
Yeah, because we do. And like I don't know if you got to experience this at Mid South, Ellen, but like when I travel places, people tell me their stories. And it's probably one of the most joyful parts of this work is to hear how they got into cycling or back into cycling or how they found out bodies on bikes and how they see themselves reflected in our work. And
Mhm.
that really keeps me motivated and keeps me going.
I love it too. And I guess to me, it's just the smallest ways of seeing what All Bodies is accomplishing. And again, that juxtaposition of like, this is not revolutionary, and yet it is.
Right.
It's that. It's that perfect little point of the spear stories that really
Yeah.
illustrate what we're doing.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
this. Oh my
thank
gosh.
you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I was a little bit nervous, but I'm also excited, and I think it really will help make all bodies on bikes sustainable into the future. Because I've talked about
Yeah.
this before, but we really want this movement to go on long after Kaylee and I are kind of at the front of it. We want to be able to pass this on to somebody else, so that'll help us a lot.
I like
Yeah,
this so much. Congratulations, Marley. And
thank
I am
you.
excited to bring in all of our new Today Show listeners too.
Oh my God. I can't take myself seriously when we say that. But yeah, seriously. If you found us from the Today Show, welcome.
Hello. We're
Hello.
excited you're here.
We did. Oh my gosh, this is really funny. So we sent them a care package to Al Roker because Al Roker is a big cyclist, and so
Okay.
we meant to give it to the production team that was there, and we forgot. And so we sent them a little care package with water bottles and stickers and notes to say like, "Welcome to the All Bodies on Bikes family." So we're hoping that when it airs, Al Roker will say something.
I hope so. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Also think of like the perfect idea of all bodies on bikes representation.
My
Like
God,
he is great. Does he just want to come be our ABOB uncle?
oh, I would love that. Abab Daddy.
I mean, I was going for something that didn't sound like my romance novels, but yes. Whatever he wants to be, if it comes with more exposure, I am here for it.
Oh my God. Speaking of, okay, totally switching topics right now, but I saw this incredible thing. Somebody sent it to me on Instagram, and it's like, you know, those harnesses that people wear? Um,
Do
yeah, like sexy harnesses.
like a leather
Basically,
sex harness.
yeah, yeah, but they make it now. There's a company that's making it like reflective, as like a bike safety reflective harness, and I'm kind of in
It
love with that.
it really opens up the door for naked bike rides to have more representation.
Oh my God, I love that. Have you ever done a naked bike ride?
I have not. I have gotten really close, and then I want to say that like the dates switched or something. I was like, nuts. I will say I'm probably if I
Nuts.
ever get pun definitely not intended for that one. Shoot. Um, but I will say I've thought about this, and I think I will always be a I'm gonna wear underwear kind of rider, not for the non-nakedness, but just for the comfort level.
Same.
Like,
About my boobs, like I have very large breasts, and it just doesn't
oh,
seem fun to have them just like swinging free.
that can be a logistics problem at that point.
Yeah, I did get on my trainer one time this winter without a sports bra on, and I made a reel about it, and I got a lot of people saying, "Yep, I've done that. Not fun." So,
Good to know. Good to
did you
know.
miss
It's
us,
like I
podcast
feel like
listeners?
I think they did.
I think so too.
I will say we are also for the podcast news hoping to be a bit more consistent and getting episodes out every couple of weeks, which means you'll get a little bit more back and forth as we're being a little more casual about it. So let
Yeah,
us know what you want to hear us riff on, whether it's boobs or butts or membership fees.
yeah. And if you sign on as a member, you get all access, and there's a little thing that pops up that's like suggest a podcast topic. So we would love to hear your feedback and see what y'all want to hear us jabber about.
We can
Yeah,
jabber about a lot of things. It's more interesting if it's something you want to hear about.
yeah, if people care about it. Yeah. What else is going on? So we're getting into full swing of summer. We have so many events from our chapters. I can't even list them all. There's probably 10 or 15 coming up in the month of May. So folks should just like,
Another good plug for the website. Head
yeah,
over, see what's
bookmark
happening in your area.
allbodiesonbikes.com/events. But yeah, there's bike camping trips, there's art rides, there's all sorts of cool stuff happening, and there's going to be more added throughout the summer.
Especially with the new chapters, we cover a good chunk of the country, and that is
Yeah.
by design. So even if you are someone who's eager to go somewhere or to get involved and we might not have felt close before, be sure to check on because we've got not episodes, that's what I'm used to saying. We have new chapters located all around the country, so hopefully you can get to something somewhere. And if
Yes.
not, you can
And
be a member.
we have a growth plan for more. I know folks are constantly asking, how do I get a chapter in my city? It's coming, I promise. We got some feedback from our existing chapters that they needed more support. They really wanted to feel a good foundation. And so we've been working to build up that infrastructure and build up that support for our existing chapters, but we will continue to grow. And so we'll do a call for new chapter leaders. So there is an opportunity to get involved in All Bodies on Bikes if you think you want to have a leadership role. And we'll have more info on that soon.
Very cool. Are there any big kind of all bodies on bikes national level places that you will be that people might travel to?
Yeah, we've got a couple coming up. So we'll be at Gravel Locos in Texas. Our DFW chapter will be there for that event. We'll be at Unbound Gravel in June. I guess it's May and June. It's on the weekend of. And then I know there's more coming up, especially as we get into spring and summer. I'll be at Joyride in Oregon, which is a women's specific event, women, trans, non binary, femme presenting. We'll have an All Bodies on Bikes presence there. And I think
Those
that's
are three
all for now.
those are three great ones. Are those all gravel rides?
Joyride is not. Joyride will be a pavement ride.
Nice.
Yeah,
So lots of places to catch us coming up this summer, and we will, of course, continue to update for those too.
exactly.
Instagram's a great place to follow to know where Marley's going to be. You can follow All Bodies on Bikes, but you can also follow Marley herself. And then the website's also updated with the various places and things that you can find us at. And then we'll
Yeah,
do it here too.
yeah.
And
Well, thanks for being a
we're
fan.
gonna
Thanks for
start
listening.
we're gonna start beefing up our YouTube page too. It's gonna happen.
I guess our big ask for you in closing out this episode is become a member. It's free, or you can toss us a couple bucks. We've had a lot of folks asking for a Patreon, and this is our version of a Patreon without dealing with yet another platform.
Beautiful. I love not having another app, so thank you for that.
You're welcome. I can't keep up with them all.
Same. Very exciting. Thanks, Marley.
Thank you, Ellen. It is so good to see your face.
Yeah, same. Glad we got this little like 48-hour overlap so that we could record some things.
Yes. Well, toodaloo for now.
TTFN. I like that it's toodaloo instead of ta-ta.
Yeah,
TTFN.
toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Uh